Hi, I'm Morgan and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag. Just as kind of an introduction to me and my channel and kind of what I want to do and the things that I want to share with you guys. So a little bit about me. I am an aspiring author and an English literature student. I love books, I love reading, I always have, and that's why I'm here, because I really want to share that with everybody and just kind of get everyone else's opinions because I love them. So I've seen quite a lot of different booktubers do this tag, usually at the start of their channel, so they're like very old, but I couldn't find the originator of the tag, I couldn't find the person who originally made it or a source, so if you know the source feel free to tell me so I can put it in the description and link it maybe? I don't know. I need to figure out how to do all those things, I'm very new to this. But yeah, that's the tag I'm going to be doing. I will put the questions in the description too, so that you don't have to sit and drag and pause because that's very annoying. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? And as I said, I love books, I love reading, I love literature. It's a way that I've bonded with people and made friends since I was really young. I have a lot of opinions about books and not a lot of places to share them. But I really enjoy sharing them and I enjoy talking to people about them, and if I'm honest, I have been talking to myself like I'm a YouTuber since I was about 13. So I thought, why not actually do it in front of a camera instead of just to my blank wall? The next question is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to YouTube? Honestly, I'm not sure yet. I think that kind of the idea of bringing a uniqueness isn't really the best way to go about it, because there are so many diverse creators out there, so many creators that have put so much work and effort into their channels, and chances are I'm gonna end up just kind of doing what they're doing. And not because I'm copying them, but because they're really good ideas, so it's the same ideas as everybody. I have some of my own ideas, I have some things planned, some things that I'm hopefully going to try and do, but I don't know how unique I would say they are. That's not something that I'm gonna start parading myself as, because I just think that's kind of hard to live up to. But hopefully I will live up to the fun part of it. I enjoy bringing optimism and happiness to people's lives. I'm quite well known for that. That sounds very like I'm full of myself, but that's what my friends say to me a lot. I'm the ray of sunshine. As you can tell, I'm wearing yellow. But that's a nice thought, that I can brighten up someone's day. Maybe even mine. We'll see how that goes. And mostly I just want to give people a place to vibe. A place to share your things and to not feel left out. Not that other people make you feel left out, but I know myself that I struggle to interact online. That's just a personal thing, probably an anxiety thing, but you know. I struggle to interact with even creators that are really welcoming and that I really like. So I'm kind of hoping that if I do this myself, that'll give me a bit of confidence, and you too, maybe. The next question is, what are you most excited about for this channel? Honestly, I'm really excited to just share my opinions, because I read a lot. I read for university and I also read for fun, so I do end up reading a lot of different books and a wide variety of genres and tropes and authors, and it's sometimes really hard if you've got like not an obscure book, but maybe a book that's slightly older and that your friends have never read, which is the story of my life. So I'm kind of excited to just share my opinions and hopefully someone wants to listen. But mostly I'm excited to get to know the community more and to kind of be a part of this community. As I said, I've never really been a part of online communities. It's something that I find hard, and maybe this will help me do it. And just make friends, because I can always use another friend to talk about books with. Always. So the next question is, why do you love reading? And not to be a cliche, but I have been reading since I was a child. I've been writing since I was a child. I love literature, I love books, I love poems, I love all of that. I love exploring different lives and hearing different people's opinions and different people's ways of looking at things. I love how stories provoke emotion in both the reader and the writer. I love that emotions can be provoked just with words, just with a sentence. And that is the same reason that I write. I am, as I said, an aspiring author, and I also do poetry, performance poetry mostly. And that's the same reason that I write, because you can elicit a response in someone. They can connect with you through words, and that's an amazing thing. I personally think that's an amazing thing. The next question is, what book or series got you into reading? This is a hard question to answer because I have been reading since I was really young. My parents read to me a lot. I have this set of like Disney books, so it's the Disney, like classic Disney movies as small picture books. They're in my mum's room, I think. Don't know why. But my parents used to read me them when I was younger. I went to the local library a lot when I was really young and took out like a pile of books at a time. I think the first author that I really liked and that I kind of really collected was Jacqueline Wilson, which I don't know how well known she is about the world, but if you live in the UK you all know who I'm talking about because she created the myth, the legend that is Tracy Beaker. Tracy Beaker. Beaker? I'm Scottish, leave me alone. And I had pretty much all of her books. Not the most recent ones because obviously I haven't been reading them. I think up until I was about 12 maybe, I collected all of her books. And I still have a couple because they're my favourite ones, and I might read them when I'm older, I might not, but they're just ones that mean a lot to me personally. The rest of them I donated. But the series that probably got me properly into reading and like this kind of side of things was Twilight. And that's a very cringy thing to say, but I was a massive fan. I read it when I was 12 or 13. I got the first one as a present. Don't know why a family member gave me Twilight as a present when I was like 13, but you know. Actually no, I was younger than that. I think I was like 11 when I got the book, but I didn't read it until later. I was a massive fan. I still have all the books, and I still have all the books, and I have the movie box set. Yeah, I was one of those. And Twilight is obviously, you know, people have a lot of opinions about Twilight nowadays, as do I myself. But it was formative for me, and it was formative for a lot of people my age. Because it got us into the community, it got us talking to people about it, it got us bonding with people. And that was definitely the case for me. I made a lot of friends through my books when I was, you know, in first and second year of high school, mostly through Twilight, The Mortal Instruments, and The Hunger Games. Wow, what a selection. The next question is, what question would you ask your favourite booktuber? The question that I would ask is, what is one book I could read to understand you? And to answer that myself, it's probably I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson, which is one of my favourite books, and a book that meant a lot to me when I was about 16, 17, and it's a book that I've actually reread quite a few times because it's beautiful. And I know that poetic purple prose isn't for a lot of people, but personally I love it, and I just think it's a beautifully written book and gets my heart every time. The next question is, what challenge do you think will be the hardest to overcome? For me, I think it's going to be balancing what I want to make, the content I want to create, with my real life, with my university work and my mental health, because I get really fatigued when I'm overworked. I really don't want to do anything. I just want to sit in my house and do nothing, not even read sometimes, which is not fun. So it's probably going to be something that I'm going to have to put effort into, to balancing it all out and making sure that I can do the things I want to do, but also do the things that I have to do, like essays. And another issue is that I live in a really small house. I don't know if these are the challenges that the questions intended me to talk about, but they're my challenges. I live in a really small house. It's one floor and I live with my mum. The walls are really, really thin, so I'm gonna have to find time to record when hopefully she's not here. Not that I don't want her to hear me, but I don't want her to hear me No thank you. And the next question is, when did you start reading? I've kind of already discussed that. I started reading when I was really young, but properly and probably reading by myself full books was maybe when I was about 7 or 8. I was reading before that obviously, but that was when it was, you know, something that I did of my own volition, something that I really enjoyed. I read Jacqueline Wilson, as I said. I read things like Jane Blonde, which is a series about a child spy. So if you know that one, hit me up. Please tell me I'm not imagining it. You know, stuff like that. Stuff that was fun for little girls to be like, I can do things! The next question is, where do you read? I read everywhere. And I know that's not exactly the best answer, but I really do. Mostly probably in my bedroom, on my bed. Again, I live in a really small house, so this is my little area. I don't have a specific area I can go and just read. So I mostly will just lie on my bed, or sit on my bed, or sit at my desk and read. But also I take a book with me to university usually, because I commute to university and it's actually really fun to just read a couple chapters while I'm on the train, or waiting for the train, or waiting for class, all that kind of things. So I try and fit it in where I can. Because I like to read as much as I can, which you can probably tell by my Goodreads challenge, which I will link down below. Plug, 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 plug. Am I an influencer yet? And the last question is, what kind of books do you like to read? I'm gonna give you a really vague answer again, sorry, but I like to read everything. I like to read a bit of everything. I'm open to reading anything. What I mostly read, what I'd reach for, is probably sci-fi, dystopian, apocalyptic fiction, and kind of horror, supernatural thrillers. But I will read a bit of anything. I've been working my way through some classics recently. I'm a big fan of translations of ancient Greek texts. You know, no difference to my sci-fi stuff. But I will read anything. I'm open to any suggestions, anything you guys want to suggest to me. Not necessarily right now, but in the future, if you see one of my videos and you're like, hey, I think you'd really like this, feel free to let me know, because I have a massive to-read list and I will not stop adding things to it. Ever. So that was the Booktube Newbie Tag. Thank you for watching, thank you for sticking around to the end if you're still here. And if you like what I'm saying and you think that I'm interesting, or maybe you just want to put some random Scottish girl on in the background while you're doing things, give me a like, give me a subscribe, comment if you have any opinions on what I just said, and hopefully I'll get to know some people and make some friends. Thanks for listening. Bye!